Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I am scrapbooking a couple of photos here. This is the Fantasyland Friends Cavalcade at Walt Disney World. So this is their answer to COVID and not being able to have true parades. So I have these 3 photos here. I'm going to be using something a little bit unconventional for a parade. It is the Wooded Forest Standalone Cutting Die. So I have these, and I pulled out a couple of Velveteen Glazes, Pink Flamingo, Banana Split, and Cherry Tomato. So let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so for this layout, I am taking my Velveteen Glaze, and I am using a Disney gift card, because why not, to go ahead and spread a thin layer all over the cardstock. And basically all I'm doing is using my Velveteen Glaze as a colorant so that my cardstock is not white and it is going to be this great pink color. Now, I am going to suggest, if you do this and you want to use your Velveteen Glaze as a colorant, what you want to do is do it in layers. So if this is not dark enough for you, you will want to lift or lay down that color, let it dry a little bit, and do a second layer on top of it and build your color up that way. Otherwise, you're going to have a big, thick Velveteen Glaze on your layout, and it's going to take a little while to get it to dry. So if you are impatient like me with your mixed media, that is the way to get it to dry. So, you know, I'm just dumping the Velveteen Glaze right out on top of the layout, and there we go. Now I am going to do this with the other Velveteen Glaze colors too. I am not going to make you watch that though, but as you will see, I am just dumping it straight out onto the paper and using that gift card to do the same exact technique. Okay, so here I am wrapping up the yellow. I did not completely wipe off my gift card, so there is a little bit of the other colors of the Velveteen Glaze on there. And then I ran each of those paper with the die through my die cut machine, which was an experience of itself. So I have a couple different die cut machines, you guys, and fun fact, one of them completely died on me, like the roller mechanism decided to, you know, fail. So one machine went down. The other machine, my plates cracked in half, and you know, it was just a struggle getting them done. So now I have those down. I'm going to go ahead and mat my one photo here on black cardstock, and then I'm going to adhere these photos on white cardstock. What this is going to do is give me an element of a border all the way around my photos, but that center photo is going to have a little bit of kind of, your eye's going to be drawn to it because it's going to have something a little bit extra, and that little bit extra is popping it up on fun foam and then having this black border around it. So now we're going to get to the fun part. All right, so this is the fun part. Now, all of these little dies are supposed to be, you know, woods. They are trees that have lost their leaves. But you know what? I think that it would be perfect to go ahead and use this as almost like a fringe on your layout and it just be something pretty spectacular. So I've went ahead and put a wet adhesive down across the background of the paper, and now I'm just mixing in all 3 of the colors. So I have that pink, the red, and the yellow, and then I'm going to lay down a little bit more liquid adhesive on top of there. That way I can have the little die cuts kind of come out the bottom as well. Now, because this is on a black background, it definitely has much more of a pop to it than if it was on a pattern background or even a white background. I think that these Velveteen Glaze colors just really pop on the black. So now I'm going to go ahead and get my photo down over top of these these fun little dies here. Now I am putting a lot of adhesive down on my paper. I do not want this to unstick. I want it to be stuck down really well. So I'm going to place it directly right over top of the dies. Now you do see a little bit of glue behind it, but the glue will dry clear and matte, so I'm not too concerned about it. What I am concerned about is it needs a little bit more, right? Like, I'm looking at this layout and I'm like, this is really pizzazzy. And I love me some pizzazzy layouts, especially when they are celebrating or documenting something from Disney. So I'm thinking about what I want to do to just jazz it up a little bit more. In the meantime, I'm going to get my title done. So I pulled these letter stickers from my stash, and they are multicolored letter stickers. So it kind of goes on with all of the fun colors that are in the photos, and also with my Velveteen Glazed die cuts. So it does say parade, but I'm going to change the title up because this Disney, I guess, I don't want to say got away with it, but got around the COVID regulations for parades by having these cavalcades. And, you know, you can call it what you want, Disney, but it's still a parade. So that is going to be the ultimate title. So now I am finally figured out what I want to do to add pizzazz to my layouts. And that is going to be my absolute favorite sparkly sequins from Brutus Monroe. These are a gold sparkly sequin, and they just add so much. So I went ahead and dolloped glue all throughout the birch branch leaves. I don't technically know if it's a birch tree, but you know, it kind of reminds me of it. And now I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that those sparkly sequins get all throughout the little dies here. And you guys, I wish that you could see the sparkle through my camera, because it is absolute gorgeousness. I love me some glitter. I love me some sparkle. I love the shining, shimmering, splendid. It just makes my heart happy. And these kind of layouts make my heart happy. So now, this is definitely not a layout that is going to be heavy on journaling. It's not going to be heavy on story. This is a layout that is like a wha-bam, here is an awesome layout in my Disney album that is going to be eye-catching, and you are going to want to touch it because it is so freaking cool. So there it is, you guys. I hope that this inspires you to try out your dies in new ways, and maybe your glazes in some new ways as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you again real soon for another video.